Hello, and welcome to the new and improved MathLinks Core 2nd Edition, grades 6 through 8. We're excited that you're about to embark on this new journey and want to help you get acquainted with your new mathematics program. In this session, you'll learn about slide decks and lesson notes when implementing lessons. If you haven't already done so, we highly recommend watching some of the other Getting Started videos before moving on to this one. Consider starting with these: About MathLinks, Navigating the Teacher Portal, Navigating a Student Packet, and Navigating a Teacher Edition. Now, onto slide decks and lesson notes. Why did we decide to provide teachers with these components? Just as students have many different learning styles, teachers have many different teaching styles. Our student packets have always been very popular because they're uncluttered and provide ample workspace. The slide decks and the alternative page option offer lesson delivery choices that fit the preferred styles of our teachers. The lesson notes give teachers guidance for pacing parts of lessons and some questions that we as authors and experienced teachers think will add depth to the lessons. To find slide decks, log into the teacher portal and look for your grade level content. Then choose the unit you're preparing to teach. These are the things we'll take a closer look at now. Notice that in the portal, there are electronic versions of your teacher edition and student packet. First, let's look at the student packet. Here's an example of a student page that's pretty open. There's no way a student would know how to move forward here because it's meant to be teacher-led. Notice the problems with parentheses. These are the problems that will require teacher instruction. This page happens to be completely teacher-led, but you'll see pages where only the first half, for example, is teacher-led, and the problem numbers on the second half then would not be in parentheses. Now, let's look at the corresponding teacher pages in the teacher edition. Here's that same student page we just looked at, of course, now with the answers. Now, it's time to look at a slide deck. A MathLinks slide deck is usually pretty brief. Expect about 3 to 4 slides most of the time, though there are some with as few as 1 slide and as many as 6. But it's never overwhelming for the teacher or the students. Here are 2 of the 4 slides in this deck where we want to point out a few things of note. For this one, you'll see information animate in to prompt student work. Demonstrations with visuals and explanations are provided. And when you see a numbered problem, always in this blue color, by the way, you know it's a signal for students to write in their packets. As you see here, 4 more problems roll out for discussing and doing. But I'd also like to point out that before doing these problems, a discussion question is provided. You'll know it's a question for discussion because it's in italics in that same blue color, but not numbered because it's not necessarily intended for writing in the packet. That, however, is really up to the teacher. Now, back to the TE. All slide decks are accompanied by a page or 2 of teaching notes, right in the teacher edition, following the student page with answers that we saw previously. The notes pertaining to specific slides are clearly indicated, and thumbnails of the slides are right there to help keep you on track. We like to provide helpful questions with expected answers, along with other information for guidance and pacing. Let me stress here that these notes are a tool for preparing to teach the lesson, not a script. And as with anything, it's always up to the teacher to decide what parts of these notes are useful. Additionally, after the teaching notes page, we provide a slide deck alternative page. In other words, if you don't want to use a slide deck and prefer using maybe a smart board or a dot cam or a whiteboard, for example, this page might be something you'd like to use. This concludes our session on using slide decks and lesson notes in MathLinks. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, please reach out to us anytime.